The events begin with someone who transmigrated to this world about 5 years ago. He speaks up, saying, "Now, I will use my wish stone that I brought with me from my previous world." The young man opens his eyes, deeply hoping to obtain the strongest beast amulet. But before that happened, we go back in time exactly 20 minutes. We see a large crowd gathered, and an old man standing in the square begins to address everyone. He explains that amulets have different tiers, ranging from normal, mysterious, and earth, all the way up to the ruler amulet. He also explains that the more lights that illuminate the square, the higher the rank of the amulet. He then gets straight to the point, announcing that the awakening ceremony will now begin. At that moment, one of the attendees eagerly raises his hand, wanting to go first. They allow him to step up, and we see 3 stones emitting beautiful colors. However, this student is shocked to find he has awakened a yellow amulet, meaning his talent is A rank. The old man doesn't wait and immediately calls the next person. A guy steps up, but absolutely no lights appear because his amulet is completely normal. The young man cries bitterly because his entire future is now ruined. Time passes like this, and most of the attendees receive either normal or yellow amulet. But a moment comes when many lights burst forth due to the awakening of a mysterious amulet. Now, it's Ying's turn, the eldest daughter of the Chu family. Ying thinks for a moment, telling herself that Yang had always outperformed her. But today, everything will change because she will be the true genius here. Someone notices and tells Yang that Ying is giving him a very nasty look. Yang replies, "I'm not interested in this girl at all, and I haven't done anything to her anyway." His friend asks him what rank of amulet he expects to get. Yang speaks with absolute seriousness, saying he will definitely get a ruler rank amulet. The other students mock Yang when they hear this because no one would dare say such a thing. They see him as just arrogant, especially since there are only 10 people in the entire country who possess amulets of that rank. On the other side, Teacher Chong is talking with his friend Su. He tells him that the student Yan from his class only has a talent for bragging, nothing more. Su gets annoyed by these words and says that Yang's results were genuinely amazing, and it wouldn't be hard for him to get a ruler amulet. But Chong tells Su it's better to keep quiet, reminding him that Yang is an orphan and his parents had no talents whatsoever. He mentions that Yang's older sister is indeed amazing because she awakened a ruler amulet, but at the end of the day, she is only his adopted sister and shares no bloodline with the Yang family. He then changes the subject, saying he is now waiting for the student Ying because she will dazzle everyone. Indeed, Ying steps up to the square, and everyone is incredibly excited because her family is famous, and she is a known genius who always takes second place. A extends her hand, and an aura resembling butterflies emerges. Then, a massive amount of light bursts forth, exactly 7 light, forming an astonishingly beautiful shape in the sky. Yang's friend is amazed and wonders if Ying will get a ruler amulet. Another student yells, telling everyone to quickly look at the sky. There, they see the dark phoenix, which is known to only emerge from a ruler amulet. Su is astounded when he sees it, noting that the last time a dark phoenix appeared was about 200 years ago. One of the officials raises his voice, announcing that Ying has obtained a ruler amulet and her talent is SS rank. The students all say that Ying will go down in history and will definitely join the prestigious Tianmon Academy. The official encourages Ying, telling her that the country's entire future now heavily relies on her, as she is the only genius here. Ying thanks him, assuring him that she will always do her best and push her power to the absolute limit. The old man then moves on to the next person, announcing that it's time for the final student, our hero, Yang. As Yang walks up, he passes by Ying. She speaks to him, saying, "I guess I've finally beaten you this time." But Yang replies, "Don't be so hasty. It's too early to say that." At that moment, Chong laughs mockingly at Yang, predicting he will get some deformed months, while Su remains silent and upset. Yang begins his awakening. We see a massive amount of light burst out. All the students are shocked, pointing out that all 12 lights have literally appeared. They believe what is happening is impossible, especially since Yang is poor. Ying is also in shock, realizing she might have just lost. They look at the sky and are surprised by the appearance of countless beast phantom. Ying and Su watch in utter disbelief. The amulet then materializes and opens, and phantoms shoot out from it, rushing directly into Yang. Then, the amulet closes again. Yang is surprised and asks what just happened, and where is the beast that was supposed to appear for him. The phantoms all enter his body. Yang is very confused and sees a message in front of him stating that the classic of mountains and sea amulet has successfully bound to him, and he can now obtain any beast from it at random. Yang is bewildered and doesn't understand what this amulet even is. He gets another message asking if he wants to summon his first beast. Meanwhile, the official is baffled and asks how this could be happening. The old man then says this is a very tragic outcome. It is publicly announced that Yang has obtained an SSS-ranked talent, but at the same time, he only received an ancient scroll and did not get any beast. This situation is so bizarre that silence fills the entire area. But suddenly, the laughter and mockery resume. Chong tells Su that Yang turned out to be nothing but a gambler in the end, mocking him for having no beast. He jokes that if Yang enters a battle, his only move would be to throw the scroll he got at his opponent. Our hero, Yang, walks out of the square, hearing the people mocking it. Su approaches him to comfort him a bit, explaining that awakening an amulet always relies on luck. He assures him that even without any beast, he can still be one of the top people. Yang thanks him for his word and tells him he needs to go now. Su lets him leave, advising him to get some good rest. As Yang walks away, the students continue to mock him, calling him the arrogant trash of their school. Here, we discover something important about the world we are in. We learn it is filled with disasters due to the appearance of dimensional gate. However, the good thing is that 1 week before students enter university, they go through the amulet awakening phase to become beast masters, which allows them to fight against these disasters. This is a global phenomenon. In the past, one country awakened a terrifying beast and managed to eradicate all the gates in its land. Another country awakened a venomous beast and used it to conquer all neighboring nations. As for the dragon country, where Yan lives, it is considered very weak due to a severe lack of powerful beasts, making them a literal laughingstock to the whole world. Let's return to our hero, who heads to a park. He takes a deep breath and asks the system to open his status window. When he sees it, he is surprised by his extremely high stats, saying, "If my friends saw these stats, they wouldn't have been able to mock me." He also notices a trait among his staff. Whenever he summons a beast, any damage he takes will be instantly transferred to the beast, leaving him completely unharmed. Naturally, this delights Yan. Even in a surprise attack, the damage will just shift to his beast. He also looks at his talent, which is still at level 1. This talent can multiply the stats of Yan and his beasts by tenfold. Yang is shocked by the skill's effect and says, "I can't wait. I need to level this up quickly." A message appears asking if he wants to initiate the summon. Our hero is excited and enthusiastically agrees. When he does, a massive golden tornado appears, which confuses Yang, wondering why there's so much commotion. Then, a fiery phantom flies out, and Yang receives a congratulatory message for obtaining the SSS-ranked dragon, Zhuang. The dragon's information appears, featuring skills like Dragon Breath and Roar. These skills are powerful, have terrifying effects, and can deal massive area of effect damage. Yang is amazed by the dragon's stat. Realizing they are roughly 10 times higher than any similar beast, he deduces that everything happening right now is likely due to the effect of his passive multiplier skill. The awaited moment arrived. He extends his hand to the dragon and commands it to acknowledge him as its master right now. At the exact same time, the scene shifts to the beast temple, which is filled with countless beast phantoms. Suddenly, the Zhuang dragon appears in the temple and lets out a roar. Naturally, all the present beasts cower in fear. An attendant sees it and immediately runs out of the temple, informing all the elders that an unknown SSS-ranked beast has just appeared. They are completely shocked, and one of them, unable to process it, asks the young man if this is really true. One of the elders speaks up, saying this tier vanished from their country a very long time ago. The high elder tells him not to get too excited just yet, and orders them to go verify it themselves first. Everyone rushes over and sees the dragon's mark. From its aura, they confirm it is indeed SSS rank. The elders declare that their country will clearly return to its former glory as their national power surges by 1,000 points. The head official shouts at them, ordering them to stop daydreaming and go search for the person who summoned the dragon immediately. The events then move to the beginner's gate. Students are gathered in front of it. Yang's friend calls out to him, offering to team up, but Yang tells him he prefers to enter alone. His classmate is surprised and said, "If you do that, your life will be in extreme danger." The surrounding students mock Yang, asking if his little scroll is going to do the fighting. His friend even steps closer and whispers, "Believe me, I just want to party up to protect you. Nothing more." Ying even calls out to him, saying, "How about I take pity on you and let you join my team?" But Yang tells her, "I don't want to join any team, because I want to level up on my own. It'll be faster." Ying insists, explaining that her beast is SS rank and they could level up rapidly. She then asks Yang if he's planning to join Tianlong Academy. The students comment that Yang is overly ambitious if he's thinking about that, as it's impossible to join an academy like that. To get in, one needs to reach at least level 10 within a single week. Ying is confident she will reach that level. Furious, she says, "Fine, I challenge you right now. Let's see who levels up fast." Yang agrees, saying, "I'll wait for you when I'm done," and immediately steps into the gate alone. Ying gets even angrier, curses at him, and follows right after. As soon as she enters, she summons the phoenix and spots a level 2 deer. She states that the phoenix is from a ruler amulet and will easily defeat the beasts here. She orders the phoenix to attack. It takes flight, blasts the deer with a beam, and kills it. Ying is overjoyed and declared, "I will definitely be the fastest to evolve." Meanwhile, on our hero's side, a pack of wolves catches his scent and starts moving towards it. Yang sees them and says, "If anyone else were here, they would have died instantly because this wolf pack is level 3. But of course, our hero isn't worried. His beast is incredibly strong, and any damage he takes won't affect it." Yang summons Zhulong, who uses dragon breath, unleashing fire that obliterates the wolves. Yang gains about 60 experience points from each of them. He is thrilled that a single attack from his beast wiped out these wolves. He notices his level has increased and sees he has 3 beast slots, deducing he can summon that many beasts. However, the problem is he can't summon another beast right now because it requires 100 energy points, and he only recovers 10 points a day. He decides to wait and immediately orders Zhulong to attack. The dragon charges, killing a massive number of beasts, boars, scorpions, and more. Yang continues on his path, but suddenly, a wolf approaches from behind. Yang turns around and is surprised to see it is the level 5 wolf boss. He remembers that anyone who sees this boss immediately runs away, but he says, "Today, the boss's luck is terrible because I will kill it before it can do anything." The boss lets out a terrifying howl, and Yang commands the dragon to come immediately and kill it. The dragon obeys, attacking with fire, but the boss leaps and dodges the attack. Yang notes this is expected from the beast known as the rookie killer. The boss moves, letting out an angry growl, and charges at Yang, surrounded by a red aura. But our hero stands with full confidence and orders Zhulong to use the roar skill immediately. The dragon executes the command, unleashing a massive attack that hits the boss, turning it to ash. Yang is delighted with the attack because it covers a 10-meter radius. He then receives a spiritual energy stone as a reward for killing the boss. Yang is surprised, recalling teacher Su telling him this stone would instantly restore all his spiritual energy. A message pops up asking if he wants to use it. Yang agrees, and we see his spiritual energy restored, getting him exactly 100 points. Our hero is overjoyed and doesn't wait a second. He instantly uses his energy to summon another beast. When he does, a portal opens in the sky, and another beast emerges. Suddenly, an intense light shines, and the dragon turtle steps out. Yang is amazed, realizing all the beasts in the amulet are incredibly strong. He notes that the turtle is slightly weaker than Zhulong, as its rank is SS, but its main advantage is its massive health pool. He checks the turtle's skills and finds Turtle Roar. He loves this skill because it can taunt and attract all monsters within a 20-meter radius. He realizes that combining this skill with Zhulong's roar will allow him to easily slaughter huge numbers of beasts. Let's switch back to the temple. As expected, the phantom of the turtle appears there. The attendant frantically reports to the elders that another amazing event has occurred. One of the elders demands he speak immediately. The young man says another powerful beast has appeared. They are all shocked and ask for its rank. He immediately informs them it is SS rank, increasing the country's power by another 500 points. At that moment, all the elders are stunned, unable to believe that 2 beasts above S rank have appeared on 2 consecutive days. The young man then tells them the biggest shock. The person who summoned both beasts is the exact same person, and their level is currently under level 10. The High Elder refuses to believe it, viewing what happened as a literal miracle for them. We move to the teachers. A female teacher tells Su that Yang entered the training gate. The other teachers are surprised, asking how he could enter without any beast, predicting he will surely die. But Su replies, "By the way, I heard Yang is perfectly capable of summoning normal beasts." The female teacher mocks this, asking, "What are these beasts? Books with legs?" All the teachers burst out laughing. Su gets annoyed, sighs, and mutters that Yang must be dissatisfied with his level and is acting reckless. As time passes, the teacher spots someone arriving on a flying beast. When the person lands, it turns out to be Chu Jian, the president of the Beast Master branch in the city. Chong speaks to him, saying, "By the way, your daughter is still inside the gate. You'll need to wait a bit. But Jian doesn't reply and stands in silence. Then, a commotion occurs at the gate. Everyone is confused, realizing someone is about to exit early. The teachers tell Jian it must be his daughter, since she's the strongest, but they are completely shocked when the person who steps out is actually Yang. Su is baffled and asks Yang why he came out so early. Yang replies, I'm not exactly sure what happened. I was fighting monsters, and suddenly I got a message that the gate was cleared, so I was forced out. Yang is secretly thrilled because he has now reached level 5. He recalls a level 10 barbarian boss spawning, only to die the moment it appeared due to Julum's attack. At that moment, Chong yelled, geniuses need at least 2 days to clear the gate. You definitely didn't finish it. But then he freezes in shock when he realizes Yang is already at level 5. Su and Jian are equally in disbelief and completely surprised. Chong asks our hero if he somehow managed to summon a beast by pure luck. Yang replies and is about to talk about the beast he summoned, but Su immediately interrupts. Su quickly pulls him aside and says, you must be tired. You need to rest for a bit right now. Our hero is confused, but Su explains that he must never reveal his beast before the university entrance exam. Yang says, alright, and thanks him for everything he's doing for him. Meanwhile, Jian thinks for a moment, recalling that the only person to ever clear the gate on the first day was Ying, but even she exited just 2 minutes before the time limit. But now, Yang managed to finish a full hour before the deadline. We then see someone else and everyone looks over to discover it's Ying. They are highly impressed, noting she has reached level 4. At the same time, the rest of the students start exiting, and most of them have only reached level 2 despite fighting until the very end. Ying frantically looks around, and her father notices, asking who she is looking for. She asks if he has seen Yang. Jian replies, explaining that Yang cleared the gate, reached level 5, and left almost an hour ago. Ying is stunned, asking in sheer disbelief how Yang could possibly have done that. Time passes, and the next day, our hero Yang returns to the gate. He says, there are only 5 days left until the exam, and I need to reach at least level 7 today. We see a group of girls approaching Yang, constantly praising him and asking him to enter the gate with them, but Yang leaves them and completely refuses. The 2 girls get furious and start cursing him out. At that moment, Ying is standing there, watching everything unfold. She is clearly furious and noticeably jealous of Yang. Yang enters the gate and notices he is in a different location. With the monsters quite far away, he decides it's better to use the turtle skill. He summons his beast and orders the turtle to use the roar skill. The turtle executes the command, emitting energy that engulfs the entire area to draw the monsters towards it. He then orders Shulong to kill every monster that approaches. Shulong complies, unleashing its fire, killing foxes, snakes, bears, and more. Yang notices that thanks to the turtle's skill, he will level up much faster because he won't waste time searching for monsters. He also sees his dragon has now evolved to level 5, and its stats have massively increased. Despite this, Yang is annoyed by one thing. He finds this gate too weak for him, and needs something much harder. Suddenly, Yang is surprised by a notification that he killed a mutated black bear, and as a reward, he receives a Beast Master skill. Saltier, Yang is amazed that he can now use a combat skill himself. This skill ignores defenses and strikes the soul directly. He instantly learns it, realizing he can now fight even without his beast. Shortly after getting the message that he learned the skill, a barbarian boss suddenly roars loudly and terrifyingly, preparing to attack. Yang is delighted when he sees it, saying, perfect, I found a target to test my new skill on. He extends his hand, forming a purple orb, and launches the attack. The orb shoots out and strikes the monster. The beast lets out one agonizing scream, stands frozen in shock, and immediately drops to the ground dead because the attack was so swift. Our hero receives a message that he killed the Gate King. He is surprised he managed to kill the king with his own skill so easily. A 10-second countdown begins for Yang's forced exit from the gate. He exits, and Su is astonished to see him out so quickly. He immediately asks, why did you exit 2 hours before the deadline? Yang replies, apparently, I accidentally killed the boss again. Meanwhile, the other teachers are furious, wondering if Yang is just showing off and trying to humiliate them. Su bursts out laughing, telling Yang to go home and come back tomorrow. Yang agrees but adds, I want to go to the spider cave gate. Su is shocked and explains that this is a wild gate, and there is no guarantee of safety for anyone who entered. He tells him that at his current level, he can easily get into any normal academy. Yang replies, but my goal isn't just normal academy. My goal is Tianmon Academy. Su is taken aback, as that is the strongest academy in existence. Yang explains, to join, I need to reach level 10, and this beginner's gate won't help me. Su notices Yang's absolute determination, sighs, and tells him he won't stop it. He just asks him not to take reckless risk, and to retreat if he faces any real danger. Yang is happy and thanks. Just then, we see Ying exiting. Chong speaks to her saying, your level has improved since you exited a full hour early. As usual, Ying only asks about Yang. Chong tells her that, unfortunately, he reached level 7, and left an hour ago as well. Ying is shocked and frustrated because she is pouring all her effort into surpassing Yang, yet he still casually exits before her. She also realizes she only reached level 6. She tells herself, I won't accept it. I will definitely beat Yang tomorrow. But Chong crushes her hope, telling her Yang won't be coming back here because he's heading to the spider cave. Ying is stunned, saying, but that's a level 2 gate. Even with her legendary phoenix, she would be afraid to go there. Despite that, she hypes herself up and asks Chong for permission to go to the spider cave as well. Chong is completely surprised and extremely worried about this idea. Next, Yang goes to a massive headquarters and says, with my current strength, I can't clear the spider cave. I need to summon my third beast. A female receptionist welcomes him and asks if she can help. Yang replies, I have items I obtained from a gate. He opens his inventory, dumping a massive pile of items, and asks the woman to get him a soul stone. She is shocked by the sheer quantity, tells him she will calculate the cost, and will bring him the stone immediately. She soon hands Yang the stone. Yang asks, where is the rest of my money? The woman explains that since all his items are from a beginner's gate, their total value is exactly enough to cover just the stone, nothing more. Yang is stunned, thinking, I grinded for 2 whole days and could only earn 1 stone? How is that possible? The woman advises, if you want to earn money, you should go to the mission guild and pick something suitable. Yang listens, thanks her, and heads straight to the guild. He looks at the available mission and gets annoyed, because all of them offer very little money. Then, a mission catches his eye. Nightmare difficulty spider cave. Objective is to obtain the calamity core, and the reward is a full 1,000 coins plus a beast upgrade stone. Yang accepts it instantly, saying, I can't waste any time. I must summon my third beast right now. Night falls, and Yang heads to the forest. He uses his spiritual energy stone, maxing out his energy, and receives the summon prompt, which he accepts immediately. A rift tears through space, and as usual, a golden light shines. Yang notes, this summon sequence looks just as powerful as the previous one. Suddenly, a strange tornado forms, and the beast appears. As always, Yang is utterly shocked. At the exact same moment, we return to the temple, which was quiet until a blinding golden light suddenly bursts forth. All the phantoms bathe in this light. The elders immediately jolt awake, asking what is happening now. One of them is shocked to see a new beast, stating, we are witnessing something that has essentially never happened in all of history. He notices the new beast is even stronger than Zhulong, and the country's power surges by 1,500 points. One of the elders gets incredibly hyped, declaring, this is the moment of our rise to the very top. We cut back to our hero, who sees the beast standing before him holding a massive axe with a face on its torso. This beast radiates a terrifying aura. Yang checks its stats and finds it is even stronger than Zhulong. This is Xing, ruler of war. Yang is ecstatic, shouting, I have the best amulet in the entire world. He looks at Xing and bursts into laughter. Back at the temple, the elders are demanding information on the latest beast. Someone replies that it is SSS-ranked, and the summoner is the exact same person who summoned the previous 2 beasts. Naturally, an order is issued to move faster to find this summoner, as this young man is the entire future of their country. Someone mentioned, we searched the files of all the students and found no one matching our data. They guess this person is intentionally hiding their power. One of the elders suggests an idea. How about we just wait until the exams are over? At that point, we will be able to discover his identity effortless. We then head to the spider cave. Many people are gathered there, mostly around level 13. Farming party. Someone is surprised to see Yan there, despite him being only level 7. A girl approaches, asking if he's lost, and offers to help him. Yan thanks her and keeps walking. Another guy calls out, advising him not to enter, warning him he will die if he faces the calamity monsters inside. Yang turns and asks, "Are those the monsters that drop the calamity core?" The young man replies, explaining that calamities are extremely dangerous and he must kill them instantly, otherwise he will die, and his death would decrease their country's overall point. Yang thanks the guy and tells him he's actually here specifically to fight the calamities himself. The young man is shocked and doesn't believe it. At that moment, our hero is presented with difficulty option. He selects the nightmare option for his mission and steps inside. Shortly after, the other guy and his female friend decide to enter a bit later just to retrieve Yang's corpse when he dies. Back to our hero, who immediately encounters a spider upon entering. He says, "The fighting starts right away here." He notices the spider is level 12, has strong stats, and possesses various skills. Yang isn't surprised, noting, "This is expected from a gate with this difficulty." He quickly summons the turtle, ordering it to taunt the spider. He then summons Xing and Zhulong, who attack instantly, killing the spider in second. Yan obtains a long spider sword. He is thrilled because, with Xing's addition, he can effortlessly defeat level 12 elite monsters. Time passes, and Yang continues slaughtering spider. He finds it strange that he has been going for a while without encountering any calamity monsters. Just then, glowing red eyes pierce the darkness. Suddenly, a terrifying spider emerges, letting out a horrifying screech. Yang is surprised, noting, "The calamity monster has appeared." We learn it is level 13. Its stats are insanely high, and it has deadly skills like the death arrow. Yang is worried about these stats, realizing this is clearly not an easy opponent. He immediately orders a full-scale attack. Everyone strikes, but Yang is shocked by how incredibly high the spider's defense is, sensing genuine danger. However, he suddenly remembers that his soul tier skill ignores a beast's defense. He extends his hand, uses the skill, and successfully strikes the spider. The spider shrieks in agony and locks its gaze on Yang. It is now terrified of it and actively targeting it. The spider opens its mouth and fires its death arrow skill. Yang is deeply afraid, realizing the arrow is too fast and he won't be able to dodge it no matter what he does. Yang is struck. He screams in pain, clutching his stomach, but suddenly, he falls silent, shocked to find he is completely unharmed. He then remembers that all damage is transferred to his beast. He hears the turtle screaming from the impact of the attack. Yang gets worried because the turtle might actually die. Hoping to clear this gate quickly, he fires another soul tier, hitting the spider again, and commands Zhulong to assist and attack immediately. Zhulong obeys, unleashing its fire, engulfing the spider in flames. Yang wonders if he has won. Just then, he receives a notification that he successfully killed the spider, earning 8,000 experience points, the Calamity Core, a mask of stealth, and a Calamity Scepter. Our hero sees that the loot is incredibly generous. He loves the mask because it grants invisibility, and the scepter because it boosts his soul tier damage. He notes, "This equipment will help me launch surprise attacks later, and even escape if needed." Meanwhile, the turtle makes sounds indicating it is in pain. Yang rushes over to comfort it, quickly returning it to the bee's space to recover. He knows that if that attack had hit the turtle directly, the damage wouldn't have been this severe. But the turtle suffered because of Yang's own fragility. He decides he must find a better way to boost his personal defense and power. We shift outside the gate, where everyone exiting talks about how extremely dangerous it is, with most barely surviving. The girl who spoke to Yang earlier sees him walking out. She is stunned to see him completely unharmed, having even leveled up to level 9. Her friend is shocked, unable to believe Yang actually made it out alive from nightmare difficulty. The girl guesses that Yang's beast must be incredibly strong, but her friend argues that a beast alone isn't enough. Yang must have powerful equipment to have survived. After some time, our hero arrives at the guild, submitting the required Calamity Core and receiving his reward. He is overjoyed with the upgrade stone, as it will massively increase his beast's stats and potentially awaken a new skill. Yang then decides to sell the items he acquired and use the upgrade stone. He quickly heads towards the shop building but accidentally bumps into a girl. She falls, screams, then gets up and yells at him. "Why did you intentionally bump into me like that?" Yang is embarrassed, apologizes, and says, "I didn't mean to at all," but the girl is stubborn, insisting, "You definitely bumped into me on purpose to hit on me." Yang awkwardly insists it was an accident. The girl is confused because Yang is only level 9, yet he is here to sell equipment. When she takes a closer look at his inventory, she is utterly shocked to see the long spider sword. Because of this, she places her hand on his shoulder, immediately changes her attitude towards him, and tells him selling equipment to the market is just a waste waste of time. It's much better if I buy all these items from you. Yang replies to the woman, asking, how can I be sure you won't scam me? She answers, noting that he must have heard of the Jing Guild. She introduces herself as Jiang, the procurement officer in charge of buying equipment and resources for the guild. She assures him that she is ready to offer a very satisfying price. Yan thinks for a moment, reasoning that the public market does indeed buy at low prices, so he decides to sell to Jiang. He tells her that he actually has other excellent items besides the sword. Jiang gets incredibly excited and asks to see them immediately. Yang opens his inventory, and Jiang is utterly shocked. She explains that this kind of equipment only drops when you kill a calamity monster. Yang quickly covers her mouth, telling her to keep her voice down so no one hears, suggesting they move to a quieter place since it's too crowded. Jiang complies, then asks if he obtained these items illegally. Annoyed by the accusation, Yang clarifies that he got them all by his own strength, and asks if she still intends to buy them or not. Jiang immediately confirms she will buy them. She laughs, telling him that not only is he handsome, but he's also incredibly strong. Yang is slightly embarrassed by her word. Jiang then mentions that since he is so strong, she has a special request. Surprised, Yang asks what she needs. She explains that she needs the head of the Goblin King from a level 14 gate, promising to reward him with anything he desired. Yang feels that Jiang is trying to use him and hesitates to agree. However, Jiang reassures him that he will acquire massive amounts of loot, which she will buy at premium price. Hearing this, Yang agrees, saying, all right, I'll go right now to level myself up. As he leaves, Jiang tells him she will be waiting for his call. We discover that Yang has already handed over the resource and collected his money. He tells himself, now is the time to upgrade my bees. At that moment, we see a hidden figure who had been listening to their entire conversation. The figure is highly impressed by Yan, muttering, this kid seems very interested. Time passes, and we see our hero using the upgrade stone on Xing. A radiant golden aura envelopes Xing. The beast lets out a roaring cheer as it gains an additional star, and all its stats increase exponentially. Yang is overjoyed, noting that Xing's stats are now on par with the Calamity Spider. Furthermore, Xing unlocks the Insta-Kill skill. Even though this skill only has a 1.5% chance to trigger, it is a terrifyingly overpowered ability. A short while later, Yan arrives at the Goblin Mine, declaring that he has finally arrived. He steps straight inside. Almost immediately, he hears footsteps behind him. He turns to see a group of goblins with various classes, such as mages and swordsmen. Yang smiles and says, perfect, I'll start fighting right away. He is actually pleased they gathered together, as it saves him the time of hunting them down. He uses his detection skill and sees that their stats are quite high. Taking a deep breath, he summons his beasts, declaring, I've become much stronger now too. He orders Xing to attack immediately and show him his new power after the upgrade. Xing obeys, dashing forward with lightning speed. He swings his axe, striking a goblin and killing it instantly. Yang notices that Xing's speed and agility has skyrocketed. Xing continues his rampage, hacking through the goblin. Yang remarks that slicing through goblins is like chopping vegetables for Xing. Feeling confident, he will reach level 10 today. Meanwhile, the dragon turtle yawns from sheer boredom, but Yang reassures it that its turn for excitement is coming. Suddenly, Xing's axe clashes violently against another weapon. The impact is so powerful that Xing's attack is blocked for the very first time. Surprised, Yang wonders how a mere goblin could block that strike. He quickly uses his detection skill and discovers that this goblin is the general and the boss of the gate. The general possesses a skill called General's Aura, which reduces incoming damage by 20%. And boosts its own power by 10%. Without hesitation, Xing activates his berserk skill. He lets out a terrifying roar, enveloping his body and his axe in a surge of violent energy. He strikes the general directly in the side, killing it on the spot. Yang receives the general's shield as loot. He is thrilled with the reward, as he had been wanting to buy a defensive item anyway, and now one just fell into his lap. The only issue is that he cannot equip it until he reaches level 10. This strengthens his resolve to clear the gate and hit his target level. Yan then turns to the turtle and orders it to use its skill. The turtle lets out a resounding roar, sending shockwaves throughout the cavern. Instantly, countless glowing eyes appear from the dark depths of the cave. Yang commands Xing and Zhulong to slaughter every monster in sight. The two beasts obey, lunging forward to execute the order. 3 hours pass. We see the remaining goblins trembling in fear as Yang's beasts massacre them without a shred of mercy. Finally, our hero reaches level 10. He is amazed to see his stats increase dramatically and his beasts evolve alongside him. Yang feels it's time to face the Goblin King. As he walks down a path, a colossal goblin suddenly erupts from the shadow, letting out a deafening, terrifying roar. Yang uses his detection skill and identifies it as the level 15 Goblin King, possessing stats even higher than the Calamity Spider. The king begins gathering dense energy in its mouth. Worry about the impending blast, Yang says. We are in danger. He quickly equips his new shield, summoning a golden barrier around himself just as the king unleashes its attack. The blast slams into the barrier with immense pressure. Even from inside the shield, Yang can feel the crushing force. He urgently calls out to his three beasts, who immediately rally to his side. Yang warns them that this opponent is incredibly strong, and they must cooperate perfectly to defeat it. But suddenly, Ying ignores the command and charges forward entirely on his own. Yang and the other beasts are shocked, unable to understand why. In that split second, the insta-kill skill trigger. Ying closes the disc, swings his axe, and cleanly severs the king's head. The head rolls and stops exactly at Yang's feet. Yang is completely stunned, unable to believe that Ying just one-shot the king. A system notification congratulates him on successfully triggering the insta-kill, followed by the loot screen. Yang is in awe, realizing how lucky he is to have a 1.5% chance skill activate during his first truly difficult fight. He picks up the king's head, saying, "I need to leave now, and need Jian to give her this." Our hero steps out of the gate, only to be surprised by a large crowd of people, which is highly unusual for such an unpopular gate. One of the young men points to Yang, telling his leader, "That's Yang. He's the one who killed the Calamity Spider, and now he just walked out of the goblin mine alive." He guesses that Yang must possess a powerful artifact to survive these battles. Yang notices the insignia on their chests and realizes they belong to a guild. He asks them what they want. The leader steps forward, claiming he is just there to give some advice. He orders Yang to hand over the king's head immediately and states he also wants to borrow Yang's artifact, making it clear he never intends to return it. Yang retorts, "So basically, you just want to rob me." The leader smirks, reminding Yang he said he was borrowing, not stealing. Yang asks, "And what happens if I refuse to lend it to you?" The leader replies, "Suit yourself," as he draws his bow, aiming it directly at Yang. He threatens to blow his head off if he says that word again. Yang calms his nerves and decides to play it smart. He pulls out the Goblin King's head, telling the thugs he is willing to hand it over. One of them laughs, saying he thought Yang was brave enough to fight them, while another mocks him, claiming he chickened out the second he saw the bow. The leader is pleased, telling Yang he made the right choice and demands the artifact next. Yang insists he doesn't have it. The leader scoffs, calling it impossible for a level 10 to clear a level 14 gate without an artifact. Realizing these men are from the notorious Black Shark Guild, known for their vile reputation, Yang decides it's better to just eliminate them. He opens his inventory, grabs a dagger, and tells the criminal, "I'll give you something else before the artifact." In the blink of an eye, Yang completely vanished. The criminals are bewildered, looking around frantically. Suddenly, Yang appears right behind the leader, wisps, "I'm right behind you," before plunging the dagger through his heart. He vanishes again, stepping back from the group. The remaining members are horrified. One of them orders the rest to summon their beasts to avenge their leader. They rally together, swearing not to give Yang any chance. As they summon their beasts, one of them boasts that their sheer numbers will easily overwhelm them. Yang scoffs. Impossible. He summons Zhulong, who immediately unleashes a terrifying, earth-shaking roar. The criminals freeze in shock. Then, the rest of Yang's beasts materialize. Seeing the massive, high-ranking beast, the thugs are paralyzed with fear. They desperately try to backtrack, claiming there was a huge misunderstanding. Yang coldly replies, "You're liars. The crimes of the Black Shark Guild are known everywhere." He orders Ying to attack. Ying lunges forward, slicing through them effortlessly. The criminals scream and beg for mercy, but Yang ignores them entirely. Once they are all wiped out, Yang closes his eyes, trying to process the moment. He tells himself, "I only killed these villains in self-defense, nothing more." Yet, he still feels a deep wave of anxiety, as this is the very first time he has ever killed another. Time passes, and night falls. Yang recalls his meeting with Jian. He handed over the king's head and received a massive payout of money and resources in return. He tells himself, now I can finally relax until the exam. As he walks, someone suddenly grabs his shoulder. Reacting instantly, Yang aggressively grabs the hand and pulls the person forward. It turns out to be Ying. She screams in pain from his tight grip, asking what is wrong with it. Startled, Yang doesn't know what to say. Ying remarks, you act like you've done something terrible to be this jumpy when someone touches you. She demands he let go of her hand. Yang apologizes and asks what she wants. Ying asks why he didn't show up at the spider cave today. Yang explains he went to a different gate and has already reached level 10. Ying gasps in shock, yelling at him for not considering her feelings or her pride. Yang tries to smooth things over, claiming he was just lucky and assuring her that she is still amazing. Ying changes the subject, demanding he accompany her to the spider cave tomorrow so she can reach level 10. Yang is confused, pointing out she is strong enough to reach level 10 on her own before the exam. But Ying is stubborn, insisting he must go with her. Wanting to avoid a headache, Yang caves in and agrees to meet her at the gate tomorrow. The next day arrives. At the gate, several members of the Black Shark Guild are standing around, aggressively yelling at people to clear the path. Yang spots their badges and realizes they are from the same guild as the men he killed. Ying quickly pulls Yang aside, suggesting they avoid those guys. When Yang asks why, Ying whispers that the guild crossed a powerful enemy yesterday and they are extremely furious. Yang asks her to elaborate. Ying explains that a group of their members was completely wiped out without a trace. Yang asks if they found out who did it. Ying replies that the guild is evil and has countless enemies, guessing it might have been divine retribution. She admits she is actually glad because they are wicked people. Yang feels relieved, knowing no one suspects him yet. Ying laughs, assuming whoever killed them must be a powerful, legendary hero. A short while later, Yang's friend Lu arrives and is shocked to see Yang standing with Ying. He jokingly asks if they are on a date, noting that everyone assumes they hate each other, yet here they are hanging out. Embarrassed, Yang quickly clarifies that he is just helping her out, nothing more. Ying, however, is practically boiling with rage. She glares at Yang and asks if he invited anyone else to tag along. Nervous, Yang urges them to enter the gate quickly before they run out of time. Lu smirks, saying, all right, I understand perfectly what's going on here. Yang selects the nightmare difficulty. Lu is terrified, warning them it's too dangerous, but Yang assures him he will guarantee their safety, and they step inside. A horde of spiders immediately rushes toward them. Ying confidently declares she fears nothing and summoned her phoenix alongside an A-rank imperial crocodile, ordering them to attack. Lu praises Ying, saying she truly deserves the title of genius for having an A-rank beast as well. Suddenly, a boss spider appears. It is terrifyingly strong. Lu asks his wolf if it can fight, but the wolf is paralyzed with fear and refuses. Yang decides it's time to step in. He instantly summons Xing, who charges forward. He follows up by summoning the turtle to draw the spider's aggro, and orders Shulong to use its AoE attack. The turtle roars, and the spiders immediately ignore Lu and Ying, swarming toward Yang instead. Chuan unleashes a massive breath of fire, incinerating the horde. Simultaneously, Xing dashes in with his axe and effortlessly chops the boss spider to pieces. Lu is absolutely floored, asking Yang if he really summoned those beasts. Ying is devastated, realizing Yang has vastly surpassed her. Yang then reveals, I have 1 SS rank and 2 SSS rank beasts. Lu is in sheer disbelief, and Ying realizes just how terrifyingly powerful Yang truly is. Lu asks how he managed to summon such powerful beasts when the instructors claimed his amulet was useless. Yang replies, honestly, I don't know, but what I do know is that my amulet is the best. He asks Lu and Ying to keep this a strict secret. Lu swears he won't breathe a word to anyone. As they continue, a spider drops from the ceiling, but Zhulong is already above it, blasting it with fire. Yang's beasts effortlessly clear out everything in their path. Lu is thrilled, telling Yang, your beasts are so strong, I don't even feel like we're in a gate. Eventually, Ying is surprised by a notification that she finally reached level 10. Overjoyed, she declares she will definitely get into her dream academy. Yang teases her, reminding her that she only reached that level because of it. Ying looks at him and insists on treating him to a meal, which completely catches Yang off guard. They exit the gate. Lu is ecstatic, noting he reached level 7 and will be hailed as a genius. Yang, however, finds he only reached level 11, realizing leveling up will be much slower from now on. Ying grabs his arm, declaring she hates being in debt to anyone and insists on buying him food right now. Yang is startled. Ying then turns to Lu and bluntly tells him not to come. Lu laughs, saying, all right, I wouldn't want to ruin your date. Time skips forward to the day of the exam. All the students are gathered in a massive stadium. Teacher Chom sees that Ying reached level 10. He laughs happily, claiming he always knew she would succeed because of her hard work. He then turns to Sue, mockingly asking why Yang is so late, wondering if he died. But right on cue, Yang arrives, telling Chom, "Sorry to disappoint you." Sue is amazed to see Yang reach level 11. Chom refuses to believe it, declaring it's impossible. Yang provokes him, saying, "Don't stress yourself out. I have my own ways of winning." He then apologizes to Sue for being late, explaining he just overslept. Sue reassures him, saying he isn't upset and that Yan deserved the rest after grinding so hard. As Yan walks away with his friend, Sue remarks that Yan always maintains his top spot. He mocks Chom, telling him that he and his students just need to try harder. Annoyed, Chong walks away, muttering that Ying will undoubtedly dominate this exam. Suddenly, the students gasp as they see someone flying in the sky. Yang is surprised, knowing that flight requires a beast master to be at least at the third ascension and above level 80. He realizes he still has a very long way to go. 3 individuals descend from the sky. One of them introduces himself as Mr. M.O., the head examiner. He warns everyone that any attempt at cheating will result in immediate expulsion. The students quickly agree. M.O. explains that the exam consists of 3 stages. The first stage requires facing 2 statues, inflicting 500 points of damage to a statue earns the student 1 point. The test lasts for 30 minutes, and the goal is to accumulate as many points as possible. Yang interrupts, asking if destroying the statues grants bonus point. M.O. replies that the statues possess 90% damage immunity, making it absolutely impossible for any student at their current level to destroy them. He then officially declares the start of the exam. Our hero is instantly teleported into an arena where 2 massive stone beast statues appear. Yang uses his detection skill and discovers they each have 500,000 health, completely ignoring their terrifyingly high defense. Realizing that destroying them normally would be incredibly difficult, he summons Xing. He orders Xing to use every single skill and attack with absolute maximum power. First, the Berserk skill activates, doubling attack damage and boosting Xing's speed by 20%. Xing roars, completely abandoning his defense, which triggers a massive 300% surge in raw power. Xing leaps into the air with his axe, slamming into the statue and shaving off 60,000 health points. He follows up with an even stronger strike, taking off 80,000. Yang is stunned by Xing's monstrous strength, noticing he just earned 280 points instantly. As time passes, Xing relentlessly batters the statue. Yang stands back, genuinely worried that Xing might actually break them. Suddenly, Xing raises his axe, lets out a battle cry, and delivers a catastrophic blow, shattering the first statue entirely. Without pausing, Xing hurls his axe at the second statue, destroying it as well. Yang is awarded a perfect score of 2,000 points. Meanwhile, up in the observation deck, Ying's father is boasting to an examiner about how amazing his daughter is and how she will easily enter Tianlong. Jian replies that there is someone even better, the mysterious student with 2 SSS-ranked beasts and 1 SS-ranked beast. Mo adds that this unknown student is a literal miracle for their country. Suddenly, the examiners are shocked to see a student exiting the arena. It's our hero, Yang. Jian notes that the exam started barely 5 minutes ago, wondering how anyone could finish so quickly. Mo asked the supervisors if there is a glitch in the system. One of them rushes to check, but Yang speaks up, clarifying there is no glitch. He simply finished the exam. Mo is baffled, asking how that's possible. Yang casually replies that he destroyed the 2 statues. The bald examiner, Wang, refuses to believe it, declaring it completely impossible unless Yang used a forbidden item. Yang firmly denies this and tells them to check the logs if they don't believe him. Wang scoffs, promising to expose him and ensure he never joins any academy. A short while later, the supervisor informs Mo that the investigation is complete. Mo tells him to share the result. The supervisor formally announces that Yang did indeed destroy both statues in under 5 minutes, and he did not use any forbidden items. The 3 examiners are speechless. Mo thinks to himself that Yang must be the rising genius they were looking for. Jian approaches Yang, asking if he is his daughter's friend. Yang confirms that. Jian laughs, mentioning that his daughter always complains about Yang outperforming her. Suddenly, Wang starts yelling again, insisting they must investigate Yang further. because he is obviously a cheater. Yang fires back, demanding Wang provide actual evidence instead of just defaming him, and even asks Mo to strip Wang of his position. Wang is furious, screaming at Yang for daring to talk back to an examiner. Mo intervenes, ordering both Wang and Yang to be quiet. Wang tries to justify his stand, but Mo officially declares Yang's results as valid and accepted. Yang is thrilled and thanks Mo, while Wang seethes with anger, vowing to get his revenge on Yang. Back in the arenas, we see Lu commanding his wolf to attack with all its might. With about 20 seconds left, the wolf takes 5 seconds just to land a hit, dealing 6,000 damage. Elsewhere, Ying is relentlessly attacking, racking up about 12,000 damage points. The timer finally runs out, and everyone is teleported back to the stadium. Mo begins announcing the top 10 results starting from the 10th place. Students are murmuring about how impossibly hard the stage is, with one girl complaining her bees literally broke its teeth on the stone. The names are called until second place is announced. Ying, with 1,300 points, the crowd cheers, praising her as their genius. Ying thinks to herself that reaching level 10 was the only reason she scored so high. She then wonders why she hasn't heard Yang's name yet, glancing over at him and guessing he must be first. Indeed, Mo announces the first place winner, Yang, with 2,000 points. The crowd is stunned. Even Ying is shocked, realizing that 2,000 means a perfect score. The students are in disbelief, knowing that a perfect score requires destroying both statues. They begin whispering that Yang must be a cheater. Mo angrily silences the crowd, declaring that he personally reviewed Yang's exam and verified that he earned the score legitimately. The students are left in awe, realizing the sheer, terrifying gap in power between him and Yang. Mo then announces the second stage of the exam, a test of defense and agility. The opponent will be a volcanic monster. For every minute a student survives, they earn 20 points. The exam lasts for 2 hours. Without any delay, he declares the start of the stage. The students are teleported again, and the volcanic monster emerges. Yang uses his detection skill and discovers the monster has 1 million health and 100% damage immunity. Yang is shocked by this terrifying beast and further note that its attack power increases by 10% every 5 minutes. He realizes it is mathematically impossible to defeat the monster normally. Finally understanding why this is purely a survival test, the monster lets out a horrifying roar, preparing to attack. Realizing he is in a fight for his life, Yang braces himself. A massive concentration of energy forms and surges toward him. The fireball expands rapidly, igniting the entire area. Yang dives out of the way to dodge the blast. He then notices a health bar floating above the monster. He deduces that as long as it has a health bar, there must be a way to kill it. After some quick thinking, he realizes the solution is Xing. If the insta-kill triggers, it should bypass the immunity. Yang summons Xing and orders him to attack. Xing dashes forward, slamming his axe into the monster. With a deafening clash, the beast retaliates by gathering massive energy, surrounding itself in a terrifying fiery aura, and launching an attack even stronger than the last. Yang is stunned, wondering how it can still attack so fiercely. He quickly summons the turtle, ordering it to use its taunt and defend him. The turtle blocks the incoming attack, successfully drawing the monster's attention away from Yang. Yang takes a breath, saying, "Finally, I'm safe for a moment." All of this happens within just the first 20 seconds. The battle drags on relentless. Xing is shown panting, heavily exhausted from the constant attacking. Yang asks him why he hasn't won yet. Noting that the turtle is on the verge of collapse, the monster prepares yet another devastating attack. Xing lunges forward one last time. Suddenly, his body erupts in a blinding golden light. He strikes the monster, cleanly cleaving it in two. Yang has successfully slain the volcanic lava monster. He rejoices, saying, "My theory was right. I actually defeated it." We cut back to the observation deck. The atmosphere is quiet until a student suddenly teleports out, screaming in terror. Soon, another pops out, crying about how terrifying the monster is. Mo is annoyed, calling this generation incredibly weak, noting that students are dropping out after barely 40 minutes instead of surviving the full 2 hours. Jian tells Mo he is only waiting for Yang's result. Wang interjects, scoffing that it's impossible for Yang to defeat this monster because it has 100% damage immunity. Jian disagrees, stating he trusts Yang's power. Wang reminds him that after 1 hour, the monster literally explodes, causing an unavoidable attack with 400% increased damage. An hour and 5 minutes pass. By now, Almost all the students have been eliminated. They complain that the attacks were terrifying and there was nowhere to hide. Even Ying is eliminated by the massive blast, scolding herself for being careless and not anticipating an unavoidable room-wide area of effect attack. Mo announces that since all students have exited, he will declare the result, but the supervisor stops him, stating that one student is still inside. Shocked, Mo asks who it is. The supervisor confirms it is Yang. As usual, the students are floored, unable to comprehend how Yan survived the monster's ultimate explosion. Mo is thoroughly impressed, calling Yan a truly fascinating individual. Mo declares they will wait for Yan to finish. Jian jokes to Wang, just as we agreed. I'll stand on your head when Yan defeats the monster. Wang nervously claims he was just joking and that it shouldn't happen. Mo intervenes, telling Wang he must honor his words since he is a role model to many. Wang is stunned and unable to object. The full 2 hours pass. All the students are in absolute awe, wondering how Yang manages to get perfect scores in every single test. Mo orders the supervisor to close the arena. The supervisor complies. Yang is teleported back, but he is casually rubbing his eye, looking as if he just woke up from a nap. The students are bewildered. Wang bursts into laughter, proclaiming that Yang's cheating has finally been exposed. He accuses Yan of using a forbidden item to sleep through the monster's attack. Mo angrily asks Yan if he plans to keep sleeping. Yang yawns and asks, "Is the exam over?" Wang yells at him, calling him a careless cheater whose cover is blown. Confused, Yang asks Wang what he's talking about. Wang demands he stop acting, asking how the monster let him sleep without attacking. Yang bluntly replies, "Because I simply killed it." He then innocently asks, "Wait! Is sleeping prohibited?" The students are sent into a deeper state of shock. Wang yells at Mo, insisting Yang is a liar, as it's impossible to kill a beast with 100% damage immunity. Annoyed by the pointless argument, Yang tells the examiner, "Just investigate the logs like last time and prove if I'm lying." Mo immediately orders the supervisor to check the logs. The supervisor complies, but Wang screams that there is no need for an investigation because the lie is so obvious. Even Jian looks disappointed, sighing, "I thought Yang was an unmatched genius, but it seems he is nothing but a cheater after all."